Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Dr. Rick. We're gonna get this kicked off real quick. I'm not gonna be long, but I want to talk to you about the importance of managing your thoughts, having the right mindset, having the right state of mind, and how that directly connects to your success and how we are going to help you do that. Right now, for the remainder of the day. This is one of those super limited opportunities for the remainder of the day. We're taking our Mind Unleashed course, which is our course that helps you deal with limiting beliefs, which literally stagnate your activity, stagnate your vision, stagnate your dream, shut you down, keep you in average, keep you in mediocre. We take the Mind Unleashed course addresses those limiting beliefs. It addresses the paradigms that shape what we believe about ourselves, what we think about the world, what we think is possible in our particular situations, and everything else. It is about winning psychology. It's about understanding that if I don't believe it, it'll never happen. If I can't see it as being possible, it will never happen. God meets us at the level of our expectations, and our expectations are directly reflected in our conversations, in our aspirations, in our hopes, in our behavior. And if we aren't actually putting our mind to work from the vision to the thoughts, to the words that come from the thoughts, to the ideas and concepts we engage, if we don't learn to manage them, it doesn't matter what we say we want. It's not, you don't get what you want, you get what you become. How do you become it? You pursue it. You put in the work, but it starts with your mindset. If you want to change your life, you change your mind, you change your thinking, you change the people who pour into you, you change what you listen to, you change what you watch, you change what you read, you change your self-talk. But that all comes from the mind. And for the remainder of the day, we are offering this $607 course for $99. And I want to be very brief before I get off into this. This $99 course comes, first of all, with a double guarantee. After you complete this course, if you haven't achieved the state of mind or the state of awareness that allows you to move differently, you will have set with me before you take this course. Or is it a follow-up? Mine is a onboarding. So you're going to onboard with me. That's what I thought. That's a $500 optional onboarding package that we're giving you free for today. So you're going to onboard with me, meaning before you start the course, we're going to sit down and we're going to come up with a specific designation of what we're trying to reach. And we're going to talk about how that looks. We're going to talk about what it takes. We're going to talk about doing what we can to get you there. And then when we end, you're going to do an exit interview with me. And that exit interview is going to be to determine if we got there. If we haven't got there, the double guarantee kicks in. Number one is you can take the $99 that you're paying on this course and apply it to something else within my resource catalog. And number two, the second guarantee is we will continue to work with you at no additional charge until you reach what it is we had laid out. Now, we obviously not talking about setting your all goals. We're talking about changing your mindset. We're talking about the shift in paradigms. We're talking about creating a paradigm shift. One of the most powerful things that will ever happen to you is a paradigm shift. It is the changing in the thought process that govern your behavior, govern your expectation, govern the parameters that basically fence in how you live your life. We're talking about exploring something and doing something far beyond anything you've done in the past. So you have to do what? You have to think different. You have to talk different. Remember, you got to be very careful of your self-talk. Your self-talk is literally the program that the supercomputer we call your brain is going to be running. What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about your condition? What are you saying about your situations and your circumstances? What are you saying about what's possible for tomorrow? Whatever you hold in those ways, your ideas, your thoughts, your self-talk is going to play out over your life. You're writing the narrative through your thinking. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And then my favorite passage, that we do not war according to the flesh, but the weapons of our warfare, what? Not carnal. They're mighty in God for pulling down strongholds. Well, what are they? Casting every argument and high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing everything, every thought into captivity. So it's the power of the mind to sit up and say these thoughts that are flowing, because there are thoughts flowing, 72,000 thoughts flowing under the subconscious. 72,000 thoughts per day flowing under the subconscious. Most of them you're unaware of, but the things that come to the surface because of different experiences and things you're going to at any particular time, and they influence your mood. They influence how you feel about yourself. They influence what you're going to expect, how much energy you give to something, how much focus you give to it. So you have to be aware of how to bring that in. If it's a thought that's leaning towards the things you want in life, you accept it. If it's a thought that's operating outside of the scope or out of alignment of what you're demanding for your life, you reject it. The old folks used to say, I rebuke that. And you just wonder, what are you talking about? They're saying, I reject what you just said about my life. You're not going to speak that on my life. You're not going to interject that into my future. I rebuke that. That's not going to happen. They understand the power of the words. They might not understand the science of it, but they understood the truth is that if I allow you to speak that, my mind might accept it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reject it. I'm going to tell my mind that type of conversation, those types of words, that type of thinking is unacceptable over here. You're establishing a new boundary. You're shifting paradigms. And then we're talking about, you're going to get a personal intro and exit strategy. Each of those are normally $500. So you're talking about $1,000 worth of value there. You're going to get a 1-year action plan designed by our expert team. That's $1,000 value. Here's what happens with the 1-year action plan. Literally, once you sit down and we talk, I'm going to give you access to a disc assessment, free disc assessment, comprehensive disc assessment, free comprehensive personality assessment. And I'm going to ask you to answer some questions. With those questions, we're going to sit down and create for you a personalized, customized action plan that will get you from square one to where you need to be, or where you say you want to be in a year. It's some stuff that I've really been working hard on to get and put it out there. And because I want people to hold it in its infancy, I'm giving this all in this one package for $99. But normally this course is $607, and still that's packed with value for what you're getting. Then you're going to get the Dynamics of Transformation ebook. You're going to get a personalized transformation guide. Now check this out. You're going to get a transformation guide, roughly around 50 to 75 pages for you. This is going to be your transformation guide. Your name's going to be on it, but it's a little ebook telling you how to work and transform your life. You're going to get that as part of it. You're going to get Living Life at the Next Level ebook, and you're going to get, again, the follow-up action plan, which I talked about, which is the exit strategy. All of this for $99, but this only goes until the end of the day. And then it goes back up to the regular price at $11.59 tonight, well, at midnight tonight. So it's good until $11.59, but at midnight tonight, it goes back to $607, and it's worth every penny. But I want to give some people who may want to touch it and might not see how they can get $607 to spend. Also, we offer Afterpay. So when you click that link, you have an option when it's time to check out to pay with Afterpay, which means you can break that $99 up to as many as 4 payments and pay over whatever options you have based on how you qualify. But here's the thing. You're going to have to address your thinking. If you and here's the thing that I'm going to tell everybody who watches this. You're going to have to be honest with yourself. What I see a lot of people is they're not where they need to be, and they keep telling themselves they'll figure it out. And if you're past 25, 26, 27, and there's no progress towards this thing you're saying you're starting to go into your 30s. When you get to 35, you are literally hardwired to be who you're going to be. Doesn't mean you can't change, means that changing after 35 is going to take some work. So the further you are past 35, the less likely it's going to be that something's just going to pop and all of a sudden you're going to get it and everything's going to change. It's going to have to be specific, scientifically based, evidence-based strategies that are going to move you from your thought processes, because you're literally anchored in a thinking or thought process or a state of mind that is antithetical to the thing that you say you want in life. You got to look at yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I want? And then you got to say, well, okay, why am I not executing the behavior that is conducive to having it? It's because I don't have the thinking that drives the behavior. And if I don't change the thinking that I currently have, into the thinking that I need, I will never have it. I don't care how much I say I want it. The law of attraction is 100% powerful. It's 100% accurate. It is an element and component of the universal idea of faith. That's all it is. It's one element. But the law of attraction isn't simply saying I want something. And people misunderstand it because people misplay it. The law of attraction is literally setting the entire environment to where you can't do anything but have it. It's first of all believing that you can. Second of all, anchoring it in confidence by lifting and elevating your confidence through affirmations, writing and completing and presenting a real, complete, vivid vision of what it is you want. Create a vision board, write it down, put it in your journal, having a state of gratitude. All of these things are a part of it because you've got to be at a certain frequency to even access it. If I'm in a hertz frequency of 250 or less, I am basically in the same frequency with jealousy, envy, strife, worry, anger, fear, bitterness, dejection, hatred, and all of these all are 250 hertz or lower. Gratitude is all the way up at 500, and that's the lowest you should be. 500. Why? Because at gratitude, you are still at a high enough frequency to touch the other things you need to touch. Love. Divine revelation is 750 hertz, where you're literally able to pull the knowledge you need, the answers you need from God, the source, the mind of God. Literally, this thing works. God has this. There's absolutely no situation that you're going to face that the answer isn't available. There's no problem that you have that the solution is not available. So in essence, the real truth is that any problem that presents itself isn't really a problem. It's an illusion, because for it to be a problem, that has to be a difficult thing. You have access to it, but you've got to change your thinking. You've got to change. And it doesn't mean that you just skate through life. That's not what this is. What it says is, but I tell you what, if I would have kept the thinking of 90% of the children that I grew up around in the neighborhood I grew up in, I would have likely remained in the neighborhood that I grew up in, where a lot of them are still today. I would have likely never, ever crossed the threshold of financial fluidity. I would have never authored my first book, let alone 26. I would have never started my first company, let alone 47. I would have never traveled outside of Texas, let alone the United States. And I can go on and on and on. I'm not talking about or trying to make myself better. I'm not better than anybody, but I've explored life at a level that the average person hasn't, solely because I believed I could. And the mindset for that comes from a practice. You don't just walk out. And that's what people try to will themselves into thinking this thing. The will only works when you're conscious. The problem is the subconscious works 100% of the time. That's what produces your dreams. So even when you're asleep, your subconscious is working. You're not going to outwork your subconscious. So what do? You got to program it to work the way you want it to work. You got to know when it's most vulnerable to being reprogrammed. You have all of this available to you in this course, and I want you to take advantage of it. But I want you to understand something. Stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to tell yourself that it's just going to work out. And I'm going to tell you something else. And I'm going to keep it real with you. And you need to talk to your people about this. You need to get with people, and y'all need to have this conversation. Let me explain something to you. And no matter what people will say about Black people, let me tell you something. If grinding was the answer to success and wealth, Black people would be the most successful, wealthy people in the world. The idea that Black people are lazy is pushed by others and reinforced by us, when the truth of the matter is we have built this country. Not only that, we get up and we bust our butts to try to have something. I know people I love working 3 jobs. And I know people I love in their 60s working 3 jobs. This isn't a shot at anybody working multiple jobs. that's what you know. But if you're working multiple jobs because that's just how you get down, you need to do that, you are in a place where maybe you got some kind of Jamaican connection. You got to have multiple jobs or you feel lazy. But if you're trying to get to a level, there's some other things you need to have working for you outside the work. Now, it ain't the work in the jobs that's the problem. Is that alone doesn't do it. You got to be pouring into something that grows at an exponential rate. And that job is never going to grow at an exponential rate. You're going to get minor increases in all three of them that are never going to keep up with the rate of inflation. That's going to always having you need to work 3 jobs just to get by. So again, it's about changing your thought process. It's about moving differently. You're not going to hustle your way out. You're not going to grind your way out. You're going to have to think your way out. And I don't mean having all the answers and rationale. I mean literally being able to visualize it. I mean being able to see the vision in the dream, that thing right there. So on that note, look, this course is normally $607. For the remainder of the day, it's $99. Again, I'm going to call it out. You're going to get 20 hours plus of lectures, videos, worksheets, guides, and modules. You're going to get free lifetime membership to the Epic Realm community of high achievers. That's the circle of winners that I created, where we come together and we powwow. You're going to get a 1-year action plan designed for you, $1,000 value. You're going to get an onboarding session with me, $500 value, an exit session with me, $500 value. You're going to get the Dynamics of Transformation ebook. You're going to get a personalized transformation guide, which is literally a guide designed for your particular journey to your particular goals. And that guide is roughly 50 pages. It can be 50 to 75 pages the way that I designed it. Living Life at the Next Level ebook, and a free course follow-up action plan. And those kind of tie in together. But all of that, but this only stands for the remainder of the day. You decide what you want. You decide if you're ready to make a change, but it starts here. And the Mind Unleashed course is going to help you deal with those limiting beliefs. It's going to help you deal with the inability to create the vision. I am literally excited about what's possible, but you have to get excited. You have to start believing at a level to where you even take action. That's the challenge. Look, if you believe, make one move. Again, there's a double guarantee on this thing. I'm going to guarantee you that if the course doesn't do what we say it's going to do, you can take your $99 and apply it to any other resource we have, and we will continue to work with you on getting the mind right at no additional charge. So you get to apply it to something else and get something different, and you still get to work with us until you achieve your goal. That's how much I believe in this course. I believe this course is so powerful that it's going to blow you away. You're going to see things differently by the time you finish this course. Everybody that's taken it. Okay. All right. So again, I am about to jump off of here. I hope you guys have a great day. As I always say, I live my life on full. I hope you do the same.